Hatchlings, and welcome back to my channel. On today's episode of the YouTube Pagan Challenge, the question for today is, do you keep a journal diary of your experiences? And the answer to this question is yes. I actually keep many different journals and diaries of different experiences that I have because I like to delve a little bit and dabble in quite a few different practices, or just kind of like, not even like legitimate spiritual paths, but just like everyday practices that I like to document and like learn from my experiences. So I'm going to show you guys all the journals I have and why I have them, and maybe show you some of the things inside of them, share some of the experiences with you guys as well. So yeah, let's get started. This is my first journal I'll show you guys. This is my dream journal. If you do not have a dream journal, I highly recommend that you get one. It really helps if you're like trying to get into lucid dreaming and you're trying to like remember your dreams and kind of like just try and be more present or more conscious and aware in your actual dream realm. So whenever I remember a dream, I like to try and write it down, and this is still fairly new, but I really recommend making it a habit to write down your dreams when you have them. It's fun to read them when like months down or like years down the line. It's just kind of a good thing to do. This is the first book of shadows that I ever made. Like, this is the first book that I ever made way back when, because I wanted like a book of shadows, and I like tea-dyed the pages by myself and like sewed the pages into the material, and then I stitched the ribbon on it so I could wrap it up, just so it would like close in a way. And I haven't used it much, but there are some just notes in here, some of my very first spells I wrote about in here, very basic information on the Sabbats, and just some random thoughts and ideas as well. I also use it to like jot down ideas before I actually create a spell, so there's some of that in here as well. So it's just kind of like, yeah, it's a book of shadows, and I designed the font for it way back when. I think I was like, I want to say 14 or 15 when I first made this. But yeah, it's pretty snazzy. It's pretty awesome. The next journal is my meditation journal, and it says words of wisdom on it, and it's full of ideas and art to motivate and inspire. And the reason why I wanted to make this like a meditation journal is because if you like look in here, it says like a motivational quote, and then it has a place to write. So what I will do is I will sit down and I'll get ready to meditate, and then I'll like flip to the next new page, and this one says make things happen. So like when I would meditate, or what I would focus on while meditating is making things happen, and then I would write about my experience meditating, writing about what visions I had, writing about kind of how it made me feel and stuff like that. So I thought I'd share one with you because I really like this whole idea. I got this book at Home Goods, for any of you guys who are curious, but it's really been beneficial in my life, so I'm just going to share a little excerpt with you. So the motivational quote was, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream," by C.S. Lewis. And I really love this quote because it is so true. You can start a whole new life for yourself even if you're like 53 or like 72. Like, it's just a matter of dreaming and achieving it and following your passions and desires. And so I meditated on that, and I wanted to share what I kind of came to a conclusion. So here we go. This was done 11/19/2015, so November 19th of 2015, and this is what I had to say. Dreaming is a powerful tool. We can use it in so many ways: to heal, to learn, to create, to relax, to be free, to know, to will, to dare, and to be silent. I use my dreams to help construct my reality. My dream is to be a musician, a YouTuber, an author, a witch, a healer, a dragon, but I'm already all of these things. I can become anything I want. Anything I conceive, I can manifest. I want to be a high priestess. I want to be a vegan. I want to be a hula hoop dancer, and I want to be a creator. The path I'm on is simply complex. I am the creator, but I can create anything. I will have a lucid dream tonight. I talk about starting my journey, but my journey has already started. I decide who's along for the ride. and that's kind of what I wrote down. And it's kind of cool looking back at this because I said I want to be vegan back in November of last year, and like now that it's March of 2016, no, it's April, excuse me, it's April of 2016, and I am vegan now, and I struggle with it sometimes. Like, I was pretty much raised on fast food and shit, so it's like I don't want to live that lifestyle anymore, so it's like trying to overcome those habits have been a struggle for me, but it's like been really empowering, and like I feel so much better when I eat healthier, and it's like I know it's true. When I eat better, I feel better. It's just common sense. So you are what you eat, guys. I am what I eat. This journal is like my rough book of shadows. Like, I just write down most of my ideas for maybe other book of shadows or other journals or other books that I have that I want to make it a little more crafty, a little more like magical looking, if you will, like more of an art project rather than just a place to write things down. But this is the journal I use to write things down. I have experiences, sometimes I write video topics in here. Like, this is kind of just a miscellaneous book of shadows. And I have spells in here, I have certain experiences with dragons, I have certain experiences with myself, I have poetry in here, I have certain witchy crafting ideas. Like, I have a lot of stuff in here. So it's just kind of like all over the place, and yeah, it's just that book I have when I need to write something magical down. This is the one I use. So now we're getting into the more magical oriented books that I have. This particular book is my Draconic Spellbook specifically, so like all spells pertaining to dragon magic I keep in here. And this is what it looks like. It's so adorable, and I love it. The charm on it was a gift from a friend, and it just looks so beautiful, and it's a bookmark. I use it as a bookmark. And then on the inside, I'll show you guys the inside. In my Draconic books, I write in dragon script, just because that's just kind of the way I want to do it. This one is fairly new, but yeah, that's just a little something, and there's like a little extra piece in here, but yeah, and I made this myself. I tea-dyed the pages, I cut out the fabric, stitched the buttons on, stitched the pages into the book. Like, I made this from scratch, so that's kind of like why it's more of a magical journal, because I created it for the intention of magic, if you will. This is my journal for like imagination and like ideas and like magical thoughts a little bit. I use this one's fairly new actually, but I really love it. It has dragons and peacocks. It has dragons and phoenixes on it, which is like really symbolic for me in my practice. And it's just this really pretty book. It kind of looks like a little letter. I thought that was cute, but yeah, and I use this to just kind of like, I use this to draw some things and write some poetry down, and like ideas on like sometimes certain magical ideas that I have, or like ideas for the book I'm writing, the audiobook, llaዀ児, like stuff like that. I just kind of keep in here and like use this to like jot down ideas for that kind of stuff. And last but not least is my Draconic Book of Shadows. Now, this particular book, you might have seen it on my altar a little bit, but this book is the book that I use for all of my draconic like practices, and like I write in this thing in complete dragon script, so it takes me a while to like actually edit it and like add to it, because dragon script is very time consuming. You need a lot of focus for it, but this is the first page, and I guess I'll show you guys what's in here. Like, it's just some drawings that I did, some sage, and then just some, let me try in there, okay, with like some pages in here. I'm like trying, guys. And there's really not much in here, but like this folds out like this, and like it's just all dragon script. And then this is like a little envelope, and inside the envelope we have this, which I make all these things. Like, I tea-dye the paper, I tea-dyed the envelopes, and wrote in dragon script what I felt like writing, I suppose. And yeah, this one's still fairly, some of these journals are still fairly new. This one I use in Draconic practices, and it takes time to like craft the things to put in here, so this one's kind of like one of those more magical crafty journals, if you will. It's more of like an art piece as well as like documentation of my knowledge, so that is this one. So yeah, those are all the journals I have. I had a lot to share for this particular topic, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching, and stay geeky, cheeky, and freaky little hatchlings. Blessed be and bye.